close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
And a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for Oklahoma City right now, we've got Anthony Morrow. Jones is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Waiters in at the 2. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, Kev. Mr. Perfect in their last time out against the Raptors did some really solid work on the floor. He ended with 32 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. You really couldn't point to too many things he did wrong in what was a complete performance from him, guys.
All right, Doris. Well, guys, coming off a performance like that has got to have him supremely confident right now.
Well, that never seems to be a problem for him, but you're right, Kevin. He has to be feeling at the top of his game right now.
Well, when you play well, it feeds confidence, and when you've prepared to play well and it works out that way, it does add another level of confidence to your next game.
And it's good. 6 points for Howard.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
Now here's Westbrook, averaging 22 points a game. Waiters, the layup missed.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Here's Mr. Perfect. The layup off target. Thunder trailing by 6. Durant just inside the line. Here's Waiters, rejected by Howard. And they're able to recover. Here's Johnson, right now averaging 5 points a game. And the basket by Harden.
Tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one.
For Oklahoma City, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter. 0 for 5. Johnson against Waiters. The feed to Ibaka. And he goes in for the dunk.
Reversed that one home. Now that was nice, real nice.
The agility on display.
Yeah, you love that body control. Oof.
Oh, that one had it all, guys. Power and grace. Just beautiful.
The shot's good from Mr. Perfect.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
The defense has to make an adjustment. They've got to string together some. Try to force this team into some bad shots.
Adams, he's checked in for Serge Ibaka. And a change for the Rockets. Ariza's checked in. Here's Westbrook after the made shot from Mr. Perfect. Outside Durant. It's Westbrook with the drive. Outside for Durant. Shot clock at 3. Can't get it to go. And Houston the other way now. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
Boy, a lot of fans really focused on that matchup for Memphis.
Offensive rebound. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Westbrook, terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Westbrook's got 6 points.
Great move to the hoop, and I love the finger roll finish.
Howard with his screen on Westbrook. And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. Block shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
And I think when you look at Hakeem Olajuwon, I mean, the numbers show that he was a phenomenal defensive player. 3,830 career blocks, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. And I think you put him alongside greats like Bill Russell, who played before blocks were actually recorded, of course. But you put Olajuwon up near Russell in terms of maybe greatest interior defenders of all time.
Oklahoma City shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
That's been a great year for them overall at the stripe, hitting about 82% of their foul shots. Impressive.
That's been one of the strongest aspects of this team this season. I mean, there have been very few off nights for them at the free throw line.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Roberson's checked in. Now here's Durant. He's coming off a 28-point game against Milwaukee.
Gigantic game for him at the free throw line. I mean, he was initiating contact and really hunting those whistles.
Jackson, he's checked in for the Thunder. Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. Kevin Durant is second. Fourth, James Harden.
And what an option either one of these two guys gives you, because they're both excellent safety valves when an offense is struggling.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far. Nothing dropping for him, so I think in the best interest of his team, he may need to think about not shooting right now.
The Rockets again can't hit. Thunder trailing by 5. And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Feeds to Durant. Westbrook passes to Roberson. Trying to find Durant. He's got it now. Here's Roberson. Ariza covering. Roberson gets the bucket. We've got 1:18 left in the second quarter. It's Jones on the wing. He dishes it to Harden. Houston moving it around. Ariza has the open look. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. And it's 6 points for Ariza. Oklahoma City shooting here about 46% for the game. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. He feeds it to Jackson. Adams dishes to Roberson. Durant with a screen on Ariza. Westbrook, just 5 on the clock. And it's sent back by Howard.
He's not a guy they're going to be able to count on the way he's playing in this quarter.
And there's the pass to Mr. Perfect. Harden against Jackson. It's Harden with the drive. The Rockets have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
Well, you look at last season's numbers, guys, down below 70% as a team from the line.
You know, they've really put them.
Pick it up out there.
I could use some help.
Anthony Morrow's checked in for Russell Westbrook. Houston with a big group. And so we conclude the first half. Rockets lead by 9.
Scott,
Okay, that was some strong work in the first half. Let's talk about what we got to do to keep this crowd out of the game. Obviously, we've shot the lights out.
About to get going here.
Good game for Westbrook. He's got 8 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
Now, that's obviously not a big number, but he's been doing some valuable defensive work for him.
So on the floor for Houston, Terrence Jones is down low with Howard. Harden and Ariza out on the perimeter, and it's Mr. Perfect in at the 1. Clark, the coach, was really passionate in that last huddle, trying to do everything he can to get his message across.
You know, and I'm not sure what he wanted exactly, but he did it with enough fire that I'm guessing he's not going to be happy with any lapse in execution. I mean, he made his point pretty clear.
Here is Durant. Terrence Jones making his last shot. Howard with the steal. Jones against Waiters. Here's Mr. Perfect. Here's Howard. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. And it's an 11-point Houston lead.
Such a solid performance for them inside. Their rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
Well, that's one way to get your second half started on the right foot. An easy layup against some soft defense.
Pass to Jones. Ariza outside. Here's Harden on the wing. Back to Ariza. Passes it to Mr. Perfect. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Mr. Perfect's got 8.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Outside Westbrook. Outside Durant. Back to Westbrook. 6 to shoot. Waiters passes to Durant. Hits the three-point bomb.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Here's Mr. Perfect. He's got 8. It's Harden with the drive. Here's Mr. Perfect. He's covered by Westbrook. From deep. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Here's the screen. Ibaka. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Johnson, he's checked in for James Harden. Pass to Mr. Perfect. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played, and he gets it to go.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Westbrook up top, 12 points for him. Adams' shot is off.
Can't connect there, but still a red-hot start to the half, hitting 4 of their first 5 field goal attempts.
On the basket by Jones.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
And the Thunder making a change here. Jones is checked in. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
The strategy included running the offense through Russell Westbrook. Coach said the first thing they should be thinking about is getting the ball in his hands and letting him lead the way on each and every possession. Another part of what he said to them centered on his desire to see them shooting the ball every opportunity that presents itself. He said, "Fire away, guys. You've got the green light." Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Now here's Durant, averaging 29 points per contest. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Dion Waiters. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. Here's Mr. Perfect. They have a 9-point lead. On the wing, Johnson. The pass to Mr. Perfect. He kicks it to Brewer. And there's the call on Durant. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Oklahoma City.
Nice shooting.
Bridges.
Get up.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Jackson against Johnson. And Roberson kicks to Jackson. The Thunder with another miss. Here's Mr. Perfect. Can't connect. And let's take this chance now to show you these.
Well, with this assist, he shows you just what a well-rounded guard he really is. Kind of a combo guard, even though he's listed as a shooting guard. Really a diverse offensive skill set.
We're almost seeing more of that, aren't we? It's like guys that have point guard skills that can play both those positions.
Yeah, for sure.
International combo up front with Ibaka and Adams. Russell Westbrook out there with Dion Waiters. And it's Roberson in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Now here's Waiters after the missed 3 from Mr. Perfect. Shoots from the line. That one's in there. Pocket lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Waiters.
You know, as soon as he got an opening, he let it fly. That was a big shot there.
The dish to Jones. Kicks it to Harden. Passes to Mr. Perfect. Shot clock at 6. Houston needs to get a shot off. From past the arc. Here's Capela, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Rockets lead by 5.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Waiters dishes to Westbrook. Again, the Thunder score.
They'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Right side Jones. Pass to Capela. To the middle. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. Serge Ibaka.